Good morning. Sure. So just a bit of introduction of myself. My name is Shiwei. I'm the head of solution architect for Alibaba Cloud ANZ region. So part of my role is about helping our clients building their solutions on top of Alibaba Cloud. And another key aspect is basically drive the product enhancement continuously with the feedback from our clients. So it has been 2 years since I worked in this region, and I feel I'm really privileged in terms of working with a lot of big data and AI related projects. So it's my pleasure today to share my experience with you. So in terms of big data, I've been hearing about this word almost every day, even before I joined Alibaba. So when I was told that Alibaba is a data-driven or data technology company, I actually go and ask one of the senior member of my colleague, what is big data and how do we use big data in real business scenarios? So that was the first time that I was told about this microloan case. So I believe this is the perfect case that explains well how big data is used and what big data is. So allow me to give you some background information about this case. Alibaba, we start as an e-commerce company. Currently, we serve about 10 million sellers. Majority of them are SMEs, which they almost have no presence, physical presence. They do all their business transactions online. But from time to time, they do need cash or loans for various occasions. For example, you probably want to prepare for the Double 11 shopping festival, so you stock up. So naturally, they will go to a bank for this type of service or loans. So this actually exposes a big problem for the banks, because for those banks, they have no idea the operation status of those small, medium enterprises. They would require some sort of guarantees to issue their loan, for example, a property. And the problem with this SMEs, obviously, they don't have any properties. So at the end of the day, they actually come back to Alibaba looking for help. So Alibaba Group, we have a finance arm called Ant Financial. So the data architects of Ant Financial, they look at this problem and they think, okay, we actually have a solution. Because for these SMEs, when they do their business on our platform, they generate a lot of data. All their business transactions, day-to-day operations, they all accumulate this data in our system. So leveraging this data, we are actually in a much better position than any banks to assess the risk of issuing this loan. So here is what they propose. They come up with this 3-1-0 rule. 3 as it takes about 3 minutes to fill in the application form. It takes 1 second for the system to approve or reject this application. And there's 0 human interventions during this entire process. So up to now, the smallest loan amount we have processed is roughly about 0.2 Australian dollars. The average cost to process this loan application is about 0.4 Australian dollars. And the bad debt rate is less than 1%. So how exactly we actually do it? Here is a very high-level architecture design diagram about this microloan service application. So you can see it's actually divided into 4 layers. The first layer from the very left is the data source layer, where we have about 3,000 different data sources, both from internal Alibaba ecosystem, as well as the third-party external ecosystem. And once this data gets injected into the second layer, where is our core big data platform is, which is called Max Compute, then the data scientists, they will actually deploy models and run computer jobs to process this huge amount of data. So to give you an idea, there are currently about 10,000 compute jobs running every day. The amount of data they need to process every day is about 20 petabytes of data. So, of course, once the data is processed, the model will generate the scoring for every single setter every day, and then the front-end system on the very right side that will actually get a credit score and use it to evaluate the risk of this seller. So you can see the core of this application is our big data platform, Max Compute, who provides enormous computation power to process that amount of data in a scalable, cost-effective, and also secure way. The next case I would like to share with you is about AI. So to me, AI is really the next level of big data. In many cases, it's just not feasible to have a data scientist or humans to create a data model from scratch and then just keep improving it. You really want to leverage machine learning to do the continuous improvement automatically. So this case is about image search. Again, this was harvested from our e-commerce platform. In our e-commerce platform, we have about 100 million different products listed. So as you can imagine, any keywords you type into the search box, that will guarantee you to return tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of results, which actually is quite annoying for our consumers to locate the exact product they are looking for. So to avoid this problem, so our data scientists, they propose a quick solution saying that why not we just let out our consumers to upload the image so that the image is about the product that they're looking for. And our system will just search for the product based on this image rather than the text words. Some of the product, they are very difficult to describe. For example, address. It's just very difficult to describe precisely with words, but a picture is worth 1,000 words. That sounds very simple, but think about the scale. We have about 1 billion images as inventory in our system. And every day, there are millions of images uploaded by our sellers to the system. And also, we have about 500 million active users that is doing the searches, queries every day on this system. So the search engine we provide need to handle this amount of volume. And they need to also produce an accurate result within 100 milliseconds. So again, how do we build this system? The architecture design is actually very similar to what I've shown you in previous slides. And the core of the computing power is provided by our Max Compute. Again, it also allows the AI models to be run on the Max Compute and continuously improve the accuracy. Oops. So here I just quickly show you this very high-level design principle or design practice for Alibaba Cloud when we run any big data or AI projects. So it covers the full life cycle of data management, including data injection, data process, and data visualization. And Alibaba Cloud, we provide all the services corresponding to each stage of this life cycle. Now, over the years, we build lots of solutions in different vertical industries using this or following this design principle. And we actually abstract those solutions into different verticals. We call them ET brains, extreme technology brain. One of the ET brain solution is City Brain. So City Brain, the focus of City Brain is to address the city management problems. So this is the architect design for City Brain. As you can see, it's actually very much similar to the ones that I showed you before. Again, you have multiple data sources coming, and then that gets injected into Max Compute big data platform, where you do the data integration, and then you can build data models on top of Max Compute, and on the top, then you have the application services, which using the data models to provide services to external parties. So, So in this ET City Brain, Alibaba Cloud ourselves, we have built 4 key scenarios. First one is about traffic perception and optimization. The second one is about incident detection and response. And third one is hazardous and special purpose vehicle tracking. And last one is about the public transport optimization. So for the first one, the traffic perception and the optimization, the data we use are from many data sources. Majority of the data are the GPS data from, for example, taxis, from buses, even from companies like Google Map or Uber. The second part of data are the CCTV cameras data, and also there's data collected from traffic light control systems like SCADs, for example. So using all sorts of these data, we are able to provide a holistic optimization in areas compared to traditionally you only do single intersection optimization. And we are able to generate optimization plan every 15 minutes based on the real traffic change. And we're applying this optimization plan to one of the city, Hangzhou. We are able to reduce the congestion rate by 9.2%. The average time travel, every time spent on travel, is reduced by 3 minutes. The second solution, or the second scenario, is the incident detection and response. So this is mainly use the data from CCTV cameras. We use machine learning to process those video streams. Currently, we integrate about 3,500 traffic cameras, and we have created about 12 types of events that including, for example, a collision or violation of parking in highways, or sometimes as unauthorized use of road, for example, bicycles, so that you can't just go into highways. The third scenario I'd like to share with you is about hazardous and special purpose vehicle tracking. So this is just one example. We call them greenway for priority vehicles. It's actually designed for ambulance. So when ambulance, they need to pick up a patient, we'll actually pre-calculate the optimized route for this ambulance. And right before the ambulance hitting the traffic lights, we will actually lock the traffic lights green for a period of time to make sure the traffic is clear along the same direction. And of course, after the ambulance passes the intersection, then we will release a lock and the traffic lights will resume to its normal operation. So applying this solution to one of the city, we are able to reduce the travel time by 50%. And that comes to the last scenario of our city brain, that is the public transport optimization. So this was the data we used here is mainly the data from public transport card. For example, like we have in China, of course, it's different, but it's similar to Opal card in Sydney, Maggie card in Melbourne. So people use this card to tap on and off when they onboard the buses. So using this data, we are able to estimate the number of passengers in different time and different zones, and then hence using machine learning to generate optimized bus routing plan. So we applied this solution in one of the city, and I think it's actually not listed here, but we are able to pick up 17% more passengers on a single route using the optimized plan. Now, just a quick summary about City Brain. We have implemented City Brain in multiple cities, both inside China and outside China. Kuala Lumpur is the first city outside China who adopted this City Brain solution, and Macau is the newest city that is actually implementing this solution right now. I guess that's pretty much towards the end of my sharing. As I mentioned before, the ET Brain technology, we actually cover almost every single industry verticals, including finance, agriculture, aviation. So there's obviously not enough time for us to go through each of them. Hopefully we will have more time next time in the next webinar to describe the ones that haven't been described today. And just a quick promotion about Alibaba Cloud. You can contact us through this contact sales email. You can go on website, register account, and then you can get the free trial coupons. And if you want to see a high-level view of the solutions, it's also listed on our website. So I think let's see if there's any questions.
Thank you, Shiwei. Well done. I know there's a lot of aspects to our big data and AI platform, so it's hard to kind of concise it all into a short period of time. I think we'll just go through a couple of questions.
Yeah, sure.
And thank you guys for all the questions. I mean, we've been bombarded this morning. We have about 4 or 5 here. The first one is, other cloud vendors also offer image search technology. The question is, I know I've seen Google's offering in the market as well. What is the differentiator for Alibaba Cloud's image search offering?
Okay. So yes, you're right. Lots of cloud vendors, they offer AI-related API calls like facial recognition, image recognition, natural language processing. There's quite a few of them. For Alibaba Cloud, yes, we offer so-called these generic AI APIs as well, same as others. But I think image search is actually quite unique as our offering. If you think of the scenario I did describe, try to search a product based on image. It sounds simple. When you upload image, you just analyze that image and you try to describe what this image about. For example, if you upload the image of this laptop, you probably describe it as a black Lenovo PC laptop. And then basically using the tagging on this image, then you can search for all the products that are related to this. But in real scenario, things are never simple. There's lots of things you need to worry about. For example, when you take a photo, I have this cup near to my laptop. If this photo contains both a laptop and a cup, which object you are actually trying to search for? So the first thing you need to do is to remove the noise. Try to isolate the object you are looking for. And second, if you think about our scenario, we have 100 million different products. That means this amount, you need a very powerful search engine to do this search. So you have to worry about the performance, you have to worry about the scalability, and it's just very difficult for you. And you probably have to spend hundreds of engineering hours to make it work. But with our image search solution, that has all been taken care for you. That means you only need to worry about taking the correct image and upload to our search engine, and we will return the right result. You don't have to worry about isolate of the object, to remove the noise. How do I handle the performance? Yeah. Everything has been taken care. Yeah. So it's more, I would say, it's more close to the real scenario.
Yes. Yeah. So I mean, I think along the lines of we eat our own cooking. So most of our, especially our image search offering, is derived from our own e-commerce platform. Yeah. So we have the know-how, we have the internal knowledge. Exactly. And we're now taking that to market to enable other retail providers to be able to provide the same service for their customer. Do we have any local reference cases that you'd like to reference?
Yeah, so I personally have Iconic. The Iconic, they're already using us. I think CUE as well, they use our
Clothing as well, yeah. So I mean, there's some really credible and great references in the local market. We might move on to the second question. So, sorry guys, I'm just reading live here, so just bear with me. The concept of smart city has been, or the concept of smarter cities has been around for a while. Mm-hmm. What is so different about Alibaba Cloud's City Brain solution compared to other providers that are kind of boasting smarter city solutions?
Yeah. So I've seen quite a few proposals about smart cities. I would say majority of them is about deploying new IoT devices and collect more data and more accurate data to produce a better planning for the city. With Alibaba Cloud solution, I think it's the unique position will be we believe there's enough data already. We do not want to deploy more IoT devices, so it just makes things more complex and investment is heavy. So we want to leverage existing data. So existing data, including you have the public transport data from buses, taxis. You have data from companies who does GPS GPS-related business like Google Map, Waze Map, Uber, lots of companies who has this data. And even you have data from traffic control systems like SCADs, or even your mobile data from telecoms. So currently these data are all isolated and they are not integrated to serve this purpose. Our proposal is have this data come into one single platform, and of course, remove all the privacy and personal identity information, using this data to accurately project what's happening in the city. And once you know what's happening in the city, and for a while in the history of data, and then you actually can do a prediction. And then this solution we come up that will actually ultimately will give us a better planning for the city. So our key unique value proposition is use the existing data available, use the data smartly.
Okay. Yeah, I know personally I've seen what we've done in Macau especially, and it's amazing. So you think one of the benefits of working with Alibaba Cloud on a smarter city strategy is that it's not just an out-of-the-box solution. There's a whole raft of back-end teams, knowledge bases, technical architects that will be able to build a bespoke solution for any given region?
Yeah, of course.
So we'll move on to question number 3. If we run a Linux instance to serve our website, is it possible to have the instant hard disk encrypted at rest while still being able to use it to serve our website?
Yep. So this is basically related to the infrastructure part. Yes. So we offer cloud disk is encrypted at risk. So you can do the entire disk encryption.
Great. That's pretty straightforward. We'll move on to question number 4. Like other cloud providers, would you provide call and remote sessions as features for troubleshooting? Currently, support is only located in China.
Okay, actually we have a couple of support centers. We even have a call center.
I was going to answer that one.
It's I think it's a bit difficult to find that call number, but yes, we have support centers both in China and outside China. That's first thing. And second thing is we have a local SAs, so solution architects available. So if you can reach to us, we are very happy to meet you in person and look at the problems you have.